The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization.
Talk Wad Radio Network welcomes you to the SpiritPioneers.com channel, where you can find Momma J Speaks, also simulcasted on theartsradio.com channel as well. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Late Enough with Momma J and Momma K. And we have our sensational Miss Fabulous Goddess Energy, Miss Marlene, Miss Music.
Yes.
Yay!
Hi, nice to see everybody. Thank you for joining in.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for having me here.
Most definitely. Everybody, shocker. This is the last show at this point. So she's the honorary guest for sure for being the last one of the show. I was planning on finishing up my entire season two, but I got a wonderful surprise today saying, no, today is going to be your last show. So that's what's up. And the other guest that we were going to have surprising, well, there's no surprise. She's not coming. She won't be able to. But for future reference, be on the lookout for Momma J, because I will rise again someplace else. We don't know where. But anyways, that's enough about me. Call in 813-639-8255, and you can talk to Miss Music here. You've been getting around, girl. You are all over in this music industry. I was looking at your bio, and it's funny. She's like, "Oh, that's just a portion of it."
That's just what I typed up for you.
That's just the small part.
That's a kind of a summary for just right now.
This is the walnut size. I can only imagine what the pineapple size is.
Go to my website.
Right? Yeah. Which your website is?
www.missmusicdiva.com. MISSMUSICDIVA.com.
Well, there you go. So everybody rush and go check it out and really see how long her bio is.
Yeah. Pretty long.
Yeah. You are a native Floridian, huh?
Yeah, born and raised right here in Tampa.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. In the Tampa Bay area. What high school did you go to?
I went to a few. I went to Plant and I went to Jefferson.
Oh, really?
I was supposed to go to Robinson, but I wasn't allowed to go to Robinson.
Oh, you weren't allowed?
No, because back then I was.
Oh.
They were like, you're not going to Robinson because, they
were
like,
scrappy?
They were like, you're not going to Robinson because you'll never get an education. You'll be too busy fighting. So they sent me over to a little preppy school at Plant, and I was there for probably almost a year, and then I was like, get me out! I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. So I was just like, oh my God, like, where am I going to go? And I had some friends over at Jefferson, and they were like, yo, come over here. And I was like, okay, because that's what I did. I went there, and I was fine. I loved it. I mean,
oh, really?
I got extra special treatment.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, that's important when you get
murder.
Well, that's really important when you can do that. So you got into the entertainment industry. Oh, see, hey, you're the only one that can pull off the pink hair, honey.
Actually, that was purple.
That was purple?
That was actually purple.
Wow, you are brave. I've always wanted to do that, but
well, I'll tell you,
I just can't push. I just can't get.
Well,
red is the.
When you go through what I've gone through, you tend to get to a point where it's like your whole life is based on the fact of, although you care about what people think, your whole life is based on the fact that you shouldn't care to an extent. You got to do what you got to do. So I've had some type things that, for some reason, when I was having my sons, every time that I've had my son, my lung will collapse.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've had had two
really...
my lungs clapped twice.
Wow.
After the birth of my son, for some reason, may have been just a blood clot from the pregnancy, and it
Oh
just
my
hit the lung.
goodness.
Oh, wow.
How old's your son?
I got a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old.
So
just not even 6 weeks
Done
out. 6 weeks
good.
after I had
Done
this
good.
last one.
right.
The last week of my 6 weeks, I was back in the hospital for a week because my lung had collapsed.
Oh my goodness.
So
Is it because
when
you're
you-
having boys?
probably right. They don't really know why it happened, but after that happened and you spend a week in the hospital and you have people telling you, because my lung was down for 2 days twice.
Oh my goodness.
No type of air, no blood flow, no nothing, and they didn't think that it was even gonna perk back up. They're like, we're gonna have to cut out a lung. And my mom's like, just poke the hole and, get the lung to come back and she'll be okay. Just trust me, because we've been through so much in our life that we have that belief. And since we have that belief, we've continued to go through the obstacles that we've gone through.
Oh, exactly.
So-
the strength.
The first time after
faith,
that, I was like, you know what? I want to do things that I want to do in life that I haven't done. And if I want to dye my daggum hair purple, I'll dye my hair purple. So I got out and I wanted to dye my hair purple. So I
Right.
dyed my hair and I said, you know what? I'm going to stop worrying about what people think and I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to live my life and do what I want to do that
Right.
I'm happy, because there's no telling how much longer I'm going to be here.
Exactly.
And then the second one happened and I was like, well, hell, let's do pink hair, because I had the purple and I was like, let's do pink. So, it's
That's
just
great.
things like little things like that. I think sometimes we aren't living, and sometimes things just happen like that, so that you can go and live again. Because a month after I got out the hospital on the second lung collapse, they did an MRI and was looking for the scar tissue of where it busted at, and they could not find one trace of any hole,
wow.
pinhole, or anything.
It was
that
a miracle. You were healed.
where it popped. So.
Healed.
Miracle. You're a walking miracle
Yes.
there.
But I grew up my whole life having a lot of surgeries. I was in and out of the Shriners Hospital. I had 40 operations, including my 3 C-sections. So
Oh my
I've been my whole life.
Wow.
I've been sewn up from my chin, which you can see in pictures sometimes, the back of my leg.
Oh my goodness.
I've torn the top of my finger off.
Are you accident prone or what?
Yeah, we're not even talking about vehicles. I don't even like coming out on the road. Let's just say that much. I don't like it. I'm a target.
Right. Well, you got into the entertainment industry when you were a preteen. Was that something that helped you cope and deal with what was going on with your life at that time?
Well, not really.
Not really.
Not really. It was more of an escape, and I got to
Okay.
be more around people that accepted me.
Oh, of course.
Because me growing up, I had a handicap, and I don't really go and tell people about my handicap.
Right.
And I just don't. I don't want to put it out there just yet. And until there's, I got enough people that can really hear the story. And I know that even now that some of the people that are listening really do need the story. So I'm not really going to go into detail on what it is, because eventually it's a secret that then I want to be
right.
a more of a surprise. But
Right.
I grew up being involved in the Shriners and the March of Dimes and the Walkathons. I was the poster child. I had the key to the mayor's office here in Tampa. I mean, I rode on Clydesdales. I've been on the floats with the Buccaneers. I was on stage with the Temptations in the Super Bowl here in Tampa at the stadium.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
I've been on the back of Globe, which is the National Enquirer. I've been on the front
Right.
page of Bay Life so many times your head will spin.
Right.
I mean, but it was, it was good that I was being accepted by people and I had a purpose, but it still
Absolutely.
wasn't doing too much for me.
Right.
But I found happiness, and I found a
that's
comfort
important.
in helping others and being accepted.
Yes, exactly.
So to an
that's
extent,
what we're all about.
to an extent,
Yes.
It's about
Yes
unity
and
of the
no.
divinity.
Yeah.
Yes.
And no matter what you have been going through at that time, you were representing your strengths. You were representing, this is a full acceptance of who I am. Let me share my story, because when we share each other's stories, we become compassionate. And then this is where we really connect with one another.
And that's
you
what
know?
it's about, is
Yeah.
connecting.
I think it helped me when I got older later in life. It didn't help
Right.
me right away, because it was more of the world I was used to, and the world that was more accepting than the world I had been in.
Right.
But I still didn't have, it was just me, pretty much. My mother was my only source of keeping me at that focal point. And the way she did it was bestowing the belief in my life of there's a God, there's a reason.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it hurts to be beautiful. So this is your lane. You got to
You
steer
are
in, bumps
getting
and
a
all.
lot of beauty, honey. So enjoy that pain. I'm like, really? Do I have to? I don't think I want to be that pretty. But no, prettiness really comes from allowing your soul and your heart to come out and shine through, no matter what you're going through. And I find that when you do decide to share your full story, it will be a positive impact.
It's been shared before in the media, but I just the things that I do, I haven't got to that point to where like the Globe did a story on it, and stuff like that. That's how I get into the tabloids. But and anybody that hears it, it's just ready to put his shit out there. But being in the music industry, it's all hustle. So, sometimes when you get too personal with people, it can cause problems.
Yeah, because they'll use it to backfire.
Or use it against you. And I see a lot of people that sometimes use their so-called downfalls or their so-called tragedies that happen in life. They use that to play people for their sympathy. They use that to play people to get them to listen to them too. And I don't want to do that. I want you to...
You have integrity.
Yeah, if you're going to listen to me, you're going to listen to me. But we all have our own trials and tribulations. And it's just like, why sit there and just complain about it? Or why sit there and talk about it? Because really, you kind of, knowing in the position I'm in and looking at people that aren't even in my position, I just sit here and be like, oh my God, you're complaining? Like, are you serious? Like, let me take one of those away, put you out there and see if then you would complain or be like, okay, let me go back to the regular life because this is not cutting it.
Right.
Because it's funny because people with 2 legs complain more than person with 1 leg.
Oh,
and I'm just like, really?
Really? It makes me think twice about my shortcomings when I have seen those people that have no arms, no legs, and they're making such an incredible life for themselves, living it full out, fully expressed in every capacity. And I'm just like, well, damn, if they can do it with no legs and feet, no arms, no hands, I really got to do something then. And I can't just sit back and be like, oh, woe is me, and I went through this, and I went through that, and da-da-da-da. Like, no, that's why I'm about sharing the stories, and what we need to do is raise each other up and encourage each other to go beyond just our trials and our tribulations. That needs to be the fuel that powers us to really shoot for the stars.
Too many people make too many excuses. They really do.
Or judgments.
I mean, I've had my family to give me sometimes, and I couldn't walk going out the door. And they're like, what are you, like the other day when I went to the Orlando Music Conference, they're like, what are you doing? Like, you can't even walk and you're going out the door. I was like, I got to be there. I got to go. If I got a limp, I got to go. I could be places half the time. Half you see me, I might be limping because I'm hurting, but I'm there. And I hurt all the way until I got up to the door, and I don't know, man, I don't know why.
The music healed you.
By the grace of God, all of a sudden, I was like, no pain. And I was like, okay, so I was just strutting around there all night. Then I get out. I go back to the car. We take that long drive all the way to Tampa. I get to my house. I go to step out the car, and I'm like, I went to go to drop. And Gino Lexus, when my friend went with us, he went to go to catch me like this. He was like, oh, my God, are you okay? And I was just like, yeah, just give me a second, because, I got to take a minute and just kind of put my weight down on it before I can get going, because I was just like, but sometimes I do
there's
so
an
much.
energy connection between you living or being where you're at compared to when you're out doing what you love. Because for your body to have that type of reaction, it's communicating with you that instantaneously when you're in that environment, you're healed and you're full on. But then the moment you get back into that environment, that's what it was, not...
Basically, I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah. So it might be your body's trying to tell you, get the hell out of where you living.
Well, it's I've had birthdays. I've had, Mama Duke's coming down for visiting. I mean, I've just been go. The radio show. And I hadn't had a chance to stop, and I just the wear and tear. I got some abrasions, and it was just raw, and I was just having to walk on it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, and that's just what it was, you know. It was just I did too much, but I'm like that. I'm always doing too much. I'm always doing a man's job, you know.
Well, that's
It's just
because
it's got to get done.
sometimes the men go crazy. And that has been happening lately.
All over.
All over.
Mm-mm.
Oh, the men that I've been seeing go crazy, lose their minds.
Excuse me.
And for some reason, I'm the...
We're always a big
hearing
bad
it.
wolf.
Yeah.
We're always a big bad wolf, and we want to eat every single one of you for dinner tonight.
Yes.
It's true. You're never gonna hear it nowhere else. This is the honest truth. We will eat you limb for limb.
So, what is this that you're doing, being Miss Music for A&R for Mad Street Entertainment?
Yes,
Are
yes,
you
yes.
finding artists?
I
and
do
stuff?
everything. I do promoting my artists on the Mad
You
Street
sign
Entertainment
them?
label. I'm basically I'm not signing myself exactly right now. There's a reason for it. Our CEO is our CEO. Our CEO wants to make final decisions. I am a talent scout when it comes to the music A&R. I do go looking for talent. I do bring him talent. I am the only music A&R on his label, and I'm a national A&R on his label. So
And for
I'm
some
still
of
learning
us out
myself.
there, what does A&R exactly stand for?
It's artists and their repertoire.
Okay. So,
So
you're
I'm
the...
representing my artists in the repertoire.
Oh, very good.
Whether it's
Now
Closing
y'all know what that
Lines and
means.
So on, Money Team.
Right.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yes.
But
yes.
yeah,
So what's the genre of music you primarily scout for and everything?
we are not prejudiced to anything.
Oh,
So
really?
As long as it's good. The main thing now about getting signed to a record label, there are a list of requirements. Like if you want to get verified on Twitter, there's a list of requirements.
Really?
You have to have a following. And I'm talking a following.
Oh.
You have to have your music out there, a fan base, even possibly even sales. The more sales, the better deals you're
Really?
gonna
So
get.
for how it is now,
You have to have all
you
number
have
things.
to have a big base that's pretty solid before
Mhm.
anybody will even
Even talk to you.
consider.
Twitter numbers got to be up. YouTube
Yeah.
numbers got to be up.
Wow.
Instagram numbers got to be up. I mean, I've seen people not even be able to get deals because their Twitter account wasn't up to par.
Oh,
And I'm
my
just like-
goodness. Wow.
I'm like, oh my God, I need to get verified. I need to get verified. And I got to do that, but even
How
that's
does one get
hard.
verified on Twitter?
Oh my God.
Hey everybody, I need to get verified on Twitter. So go Twitter me
It's
on
like you
Momma
have to
J
have-
3511 and then Miss Music
Yeah,
here
right.
too.
Well, supposedly from what I hear, you have to have a Vivo.
Mhm.
Okay, you can get verified through Vivo or
Vivo?
Vivo.
Huh.
Or you have to go and get 50, it was at 50 verified users have to follow you.
Oh,
And then there's some
wow.
other little requirements. Actually, if you look up how to get verified on YouTube,
Yeah.
you'll find it.
Oh, they
Yeah.
got how to get verified.
I posted it on my Twitter too. If you go back and look in there, you can see it. in there.
So this is really
I'm
funny.
even trying to do it with my people. We're all like, damn it.
So the way
Yeah.
to celebrity these days is getting verified
To be
on
yeah,
Twitter,
to
on
basically
Vivo,
get your
Yeah.
to get
and
verified.
all social media. To become a celebrity, you just become a social media person.
Celebrity.
Yeah, and then it just that is what actually it's no longer old school of. Oh, I got an agent and I know this person. I got publicist and da da da. No, social media.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got it.
Publicist.
But you still gotta have all that though.
Yeah.
You still gotta have
well,
you gotta have a team when you
right.
end up, signing into a label. That's why you need to watch out, because like with our label, the first thing is you're gonna ask us is how many stores we can get you into. Well, my label can
Oh.
get you into 900 specialties or 900 stores, including Barnes and Noble, Target,
What?
and
Go
Best
girl.
Buy.
Oh,
So, and then
very
I also
good.
have friends that have like Alms International.
Oh, wow.
Alms International is almsintl.net, and they do 229 specialty stores, non-exclusive contracts, exclusive contracts. Free Vivo will sign up. So right there's a free Vivo.
Oh.
But you have to have ASCAP or BMI, and you have to have ASCAP BMI if you were to get signed to. Now, you can get signed without it. But
Really?
before you're going to go anywhere in that label, you better get your paperwork done because you're not going nowhere until that paperwork's done.
It's all about paperwork, huh?
Mhm. Yes, it is.
It's like filling out a
You gotta
job
be out there.
application.
Yeah, you got to be out there. You got to be doing shows. You got to be pushing yourself. You know.
Oh, I better go start
Yeah.
hitting the concrete then. Better start
Until you
showing
got sales
up.
going out the door that it's just good sales, then you let other people worry about it. But you're going to promote yourself and you're going to invest in yourself until somebody else comes along and they do it.
Right. And that usually takes up to a year to 3 years or 5 years or 10 years.
I've been in this industry 10 years. And I started off being a music girl. I still am. I do it for fun. But I'm not doing it to get anywhere no more. Because once I got into the business and by the time I learned everything, I was like 10 years behind. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do is I'm going to just do what I've been doing because for some reason the promoting was just hooking off. I mean, I turned down music A&Rs with Universal label. 3 to 4 to 5 of them I've had coming at me to be a music A&R through Universal. But
how come?
thing
Why
is,
did you turn them down?
What
Why would they
going
come after
on?
you?
Well,
But
the reason why I turned them, the reason why is because I have numbers. I
Gotcha.
make numbers. I'm a specialist in attraction marketing. I've been doing this for 10 years.
So you know what you're doing.
I know
You're an
people.
expert.
I know what I'm doing. Oh, I still learn everything, you know.
Well,
new
that's
things
because
every
you're a
day.
humbled person.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
And
still
you're not
learning.
in your ego,
but I'm
so
good
that's
and
why
I'm
you
everywhere.
can sit there. Right,
Right.
exactly.
So they like that, and that's what they need is somebody that's gonna be pushing their artists. And if I'm out there pushing other people and they're nobodies, and I'm
Right.
pushing these nobodies, then I
Right.
can definitely push their stars and make them some good money. But the
Oh,
thing
so
is,
you're gonna be good for my numbers,
right?
honey.
But the thing is with the company I'm with, Mastery Entertainment, they already work with Universal. They already work with IMG. They already work with
Oh.
InGrooves. They already work with Fontana.
Right.
So, you know, and I know other people on other labels, so
Mhm.
I can do what I want with the Mad Street. They still allow me to
Freedom.
freedom. And with these other labels, I can't do that.
Oh.
So with Ray Murder, he wants me doing my TV show. He wants me doing my promoting. He wants me helping these artists.
Right, right.
And he doesn't care. As long as I'm doing what he wants me to do, do this, post this, get on this, whatever, I do it. And plus, I'm a go-getter. So when he brings people to me, I go to them, and then I'm meeting all their peoples, and I'm getting all their connects, and I'm, building relationships with all these
wow.
people. So it just makes our team stronger.
Right.
And
So
I'm
so
happy.
how are you balancing what you do for your career and then being mama to your little babies?
Well, like I said, outside when we were talking, or actually you we were
Yeah,
talking
right.
about.
yeah, we
my
look
bad.
alike.
Yeah,
I
right?
can see how you get views.
Well, during the week, I didn't get much of a sleep time. My sleep time was from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right. Yeah.
That was my sleep time. So when the kids would go to sleep at night, boom, that's when I'd be promoting. All the way to the morning. Help me stay up till 8 after I get them to school. And then I would come back and be like, and just drop.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And then I would just do this all week. And the weekends, of course, I really couldn't do too much promoting because we had our radio show, TV show, not radio, TV show. We had, well, we played music, but it's a
Right.
TV show. It's just get classified. But we had that. And then Saturday, of course, I'm sleeping the whole day from the week. And then I was up uploading all the crap from our show, all the videos, all the pictures. And Sunday come and I'm just like, I want to relax with the kids, go out to
Yeah.
pool since we got a pool and just do the mommy thing because I'm going to have to do this all again next week.
Right.
Right.
And that's kind of how I did it. So,
So do your boys, they look up at you and say, my mommy's a celebrity.
well, kind of. My son is starting to go he knows mommy's in the music. And sometimes when I'm sitting there on my computer, they'll see pictures or they'll see something and they'll be like, Mommy, and they see me on TV, but I don't think they really understand. The 6-year-old is starting to get a little idea. He just turned 6,
Aw.
he knows that mommy does music. He knows that mommy works with the rappers and stuff like that.
Right.
And mommy goes to events, but I don't think they've really got the whole idea or
Right.
conception of. what
Right,
that
because
is.
they're really too young yet and everything.
Yeah.
So are you wanting to raise, obviously you're going to be raising your children up in the music industry because that is your primary
Well,
career? And is this where you see yourself going for the next 20, 30 years? Or do you think you want to switch it up to something else?
I'm gonna be doing all sorts of things. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna be doing it. Whether if I want to dip back in the radio again, I'm gonna dip my fingers in it. If I want to dip into this and that, I'm gonna dip into this and that. I think that, like I told you before, I want to do things in life, and there's a lot of things I haven't done, and I'm gonna do it.
How about skydiving?
No, hell no. You ain't catching me jumping out no damn plane. Unless I gotta jump out that damn plane, then I'll jump out. But unless I have to jump out, not get me out that plane. No.
I was just checking if it was on your bucket list or whatever. We have a lot of different links here that if they're able to, they'll put up on the TV.
That could happen.
Well, you could go to Miss Music on reverbnation.com/Miss Music, aka Lyrical Diva.
Yep.
You did get a chance to send me a couple of your samples. Was that your voice?
Yeah.
Oh, go
That was
girl.
me. Which both of them turned me on in the thing.
Yeah.
I think was fun. I did that just for everybody just get up and dance, you know?
Yeah.
My mom's like, 16? She's like, I listen to that all the time. I be shaking my thing.
So have you been classically trained in singing or whatever, or was it just
No.
something you picked up as...
I did poetry, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started off doing poetry, and my peoples were like, you gotta put it towards songs. And I'm like, huh? Like, put it towards songs. And I had friends that did music, and watching them do it and be able to play the, I was just like, man, do that.
Yeah, I've
And then
been
I
wanting
just
to do
kinda
that
did
because
it.
I've written poetry for a really long time.
I just kind of did it, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not the best, but, you know, I can pull something off to sound good. Don't mess with me.
Right.
They like it.
Oh,
exactly.
I love it. Oh, you got some music videos. Facebook.com/Miss Music Diva. You can find Miss Music YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Miss Music Diva as well. And then go to twitter.com/Miss Music Diva. So there,
Find me everywhere.
yeah,
Just Miss Music.
I'm working on getting to that point of Momma J because I have my mommaj.wordpress.com. I have my Twitter Momma J3511. I'm even on Instagram.
There you go. So I just got on that thing.
Yeah,
so I'm
Reality
working on it.
Seer. Yeah, I might change it in 3 years to Reality Seer because I can see your future. But anyways, she's also on Instagram at Miss Music Diva, LinkedIn at Marlene Bamacita.
Mamacita, yeah.
Oh,
just
I
like
did
Mamacita, but with a B. Start off with a B.
Mamacita.
Yeah, just like Mamacita, but
Yeah.
just put a B on there and you'll find me.
Booty,
Instead of an
booty.
M, no M.
Is that
B.
for the booty booty?
That's the alias.
The alias? Okay.
yes.
Marlene Mamacita. If you wanna find me, that's the only way you're gonna find me.
Also on Google Plus at Marlene Bamacita and MySpace. And you can actually go ahead and email her at music@Miss Music Diva. So give her a few emails. Don't stalk her necessarily.
Really?
But just check her out. And if you are a musician that is, you say any genre.
Oh yeah,
And,
we promote anybody. If you're good, you're good. We wanna feature you.
Yeah, well, I had a group on here back in my last season called Everflow.
Yeah, something like that.
Something. Watch one of my 11 season 1 11. Okay, and on my evening show, I had this really great group, and I was like trying to find people. Hey, will you listen to them? Just watch them. Go to their show because they have really really cool music, and I tend to scout people myself and.
Gotta get used to it.
Yeah.
In this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to find artists and musicians and stuff like that, and try to help them out. I don't have the connections like you do, but maybe now
I'm just glad I'm not signing artists, because I don't have to
yeah.
hear them complain about, why didn't you sign me?
Yeah.
Why didn't you sign me?
Well, now that I have you on my show, maybe I'll learn the ropes a little
Right.
bit.
I love my position. I can't complain. I mean, I let my boss do all the big work. I ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
Well, what
Right.
I
He
really
wants
want
me
to
doing
do.
what I do.
Right.
Yeah. Well, what I know I want to do in my life, I want to get on the speaker circuit and use spirituality and comedy and throw in some sensuality, and because it's part of life.
Our show was unscripted. We did what the heck we wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, this is what
We
we
did a
do
little
as
bit
well.
of everything. We
Yeah.
had comedy. Like I told you, we had everything. So yeah, I mean, whatever makes you happy and people are paying attention to.
Yeah.
So, what made you start the teen music radio show for the struggling artist? What made you decide to do
I
that?
do mixtapes for struggling artists already. I put out various artist mixtapes. My first mixtape that I dropped just with Facebook group promotions, 5,000 hits within 1 month.
Wow. So you're really
So-
good with mixing then?
No.
No.
I mean, you know, it's not hard really to do a mixtape with songs on there. You do some little things in between, whatever. I just put out my site stuff everywhere. Or
Oh, okay.
had a few little catch thingies, you know, here and there, and you put it together and you push it out there. And I pushed it, you know, pushed it pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I did several of those afterwards. Well, my girlfriend came to me and she was like, you know, somebody wants us to do a radio show. And I was like, okay, you know. And excuse me. So we went and started doing this radio show.
Yes, and you won a
And
Talkie
then-
Award.
Yeah, but it wasn't for this one. We moved into farther later on down. We ended up having to move Teen Music Radio to another place. And then I was doing Teen Music Radio, and then somebody else said, oh, come in for an interview. So I went in for an interview, and I said, no, oh, come co-host. And I was like, okay. And then we won an award, and then 2 days later, it was bye-bye. And then I just went back to the Teen Music.
What?
Oh, wow.
So we just kept on with the Teen Music Radio off record.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so we
Oh,
just kept, you know,
wow.
I still had the Teen Music Radio going on, and we just continued to do that. We, you know, we help artists as it is, and we needed some type of outlet to be able to feature them.
Right. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
When we got into the second place that we went to, he had a place for us to actually let him perform.
Oh,
So we
even
started
better.
having them
What's a
perform.
blessing in disguise?
Yes. Oh, it was a blessing to get
Yeah.
out of the place before where Teen Music was at. Was a blessing.
Right.
But you know, the other thing was just something I did because I wanted, you know, to
Right.
learn to do some, you know, learn how to do something. At least the only thing I did learn how to do was not cuss on there. But other than that, something I learned, and who to trust. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we actually met at the Talkie Awards because you were a winner and I was a winner, and we're like, hey, we got one. Yay!
I was excited to finally be recognized for something
Right.
that I do that I haven't
That
been
you
recognized, recognized for the last 10 years. It meant a lot. It meant a lot to me. I don't care
Exactly.
how small it was to anybody else was at the awards that
Yes.
did not appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
I appreciated every
Yo.
minute of it. I was very
Yes.
excited when I got the award, and I had Teen Music was also
Right.
running for the same award. So my two shows that I was on, both running for awards, and one out of the two won, which is great.
Exactly. Like mine
We're
as
gonna
well.
go for Teen Music, you know.
Yeah.
I won't be on the other side this time, but we're gonna go for that award for Teen Music Radio for my show this year, coming up next year. But anyways, that's the plan. So we just want to help people. That's it.
Yeah.
You know.
That's wonderful. So you were with the HCC College Radio Show, eh?
Well, that was the other show that won the award, which was the Cracker Show.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Did you go there for college?
I took college classes, but I didn't take anything that was accredited. Just business classes, stuff like that. You know,
Just for your own learning in
summertime
general.
board. You know,
Yes,
take classes. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
You know?
So, what is your vision for yourself from this point out? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't know.
You don't
I have
have
no clue.
So you don't necessarily have a plan. per se. You just know what you love and you do what you love, and then you just put
Whatever
one
takes me.
foot in front of the other, and then you're really excellent in making connections and networking. And that is something that I'm realizing as I'm building my brand and everything. It's a matter of really getting myself out there and making the connections. And it is about relationships and building that. And I started a phone connection movement because we get so wrapped up in text messaging and social media of, typing and this and that. We forget to call to listen to the voices of people. So
their emotions.
I've decided to definitely start at least as many times throughout the week as possible, call 5 to 8 people, and actually hear voices, have a real conversation, definitely catch up with whatever is going on in a person's life. Because I feel that, you could have your Facebook, you can have your Twitter, and you can have this and that, but if you don't have that emotional connection through the actual talking to that person, you're actually very disconnected. So that is something that if you get a phone call from me, answer it. I'm really saying, hey, how you doing? What's new in your life?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm really happy that you were able to come on here because your schedule is crazy busy. I remember when I was crazy busy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I got to go get the car we're supposed to get today. And then Friday we got the Florida Music Awards. So.
Oh, Florida. Is it going to be a red carpet event?
Yeah. That's where I'm being in Spring Hill.
Oh.
So.
Oh, wow.
It don't go that far, honey. You got to pull up.
Oh, yeah. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure that they can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sure they can. I got a loud mouth.
So now we're going to do part of some good old-fashioned rant and raving. Yes, we're going to rant because I don't know about you, but I have had some crazy stuff going on lately with the male species.
Oh, gosh. That was...
All right, men. I want to know what is going on in your brains. I have literally seen one that was so, on point and spiritually connected, totally lose his mind and went naked in public.
Yeah.
Another one was somebody that I had literally met and really felt a romantic type of connection. He totally bugged out. I had another situation today with somebody that I work with in theory, and they went berserk, and I'm just like,
it's been the last couple of months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these people been going stupid since April. It's April 6th.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, I hear that, let's see, Mercury's in retrograde. And then what else?
Something's going on.
There's a galactic cross going on. Do you know about the galactic cross? No. Okay, the galactic cross, I might have the title totally wrong. But anyways, you have all these planets that are lined up like Mercury, Uranus, Pluto, Mars. All these different ones. Totally
Earth
lined
is right
up.
In the middle.
And somewhere it's affecting Earth and all its inhabitants, mainly the male species.
Yeah,
so
I
it
believe
seems.
that one.
I don't know, but there's a lot of cosmic stuff going on, and it's really making the male energy
I
go.
want to kick Cosmic's butt, okay? For real, come here and let me kick you in your ass.
Yeah, but
I don't know, but people, you need to just, if you're gonna be real, be real. Don't try to go and bring down other people so you can come up.
Right.
Don't try to assassinate somebody's character so you can shine.
Exactly.
Because you can shine without having to assassinate somebody's character. Right. And in the long run, you may assassinate that person's character, but I'll tell you, your karma gonna be 100 times fold. Especially when you mess with a witch.
Yes.
813 wish.
Good.
Yep.
Yes.
Could be a white one.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a purple one.
could be a chicken just magically appears on your hood. Talk about.
So have you seen any movies lately, being that you're always in the music thing? You know, we saw Maleficent with Angelina Jolie.
I wouldn't even know what that was.
You should. It's actually a movie.
Somebody
that's been
take
out.
me to a movie.
Yeah. Hey, take her out on a date, or maybe we'll just do. You should have a girls' night, and all of your
All
girls.
my girlfriends, I don't have no girlfriends like that. All my girlfriends got families and stuff like that.
Oh, they're all married?
Yeah. I'm just, well, not married, but in relationships. Or
Married
just
like?
got their own damn life going on.
They're married, like.
We've always gone, yeah, we've kind of all gone our kind of a separate ways. I think I got one homegirl, Shorty. Shouts out to you. Salute. Got one of them that stuck around. My best friend, she died. So,
Aw,
you
so
know,
sorry.
yeah, we haven't, I just haven't found anybody, we, plural.
Yeah.
We, me, myself, and I haven't found anybody. I thought I was getting close to somebody else,
Right.
but that turned into a
Lie?
no. It turned into your naked little boyfriend around in the street.
Oh,
Shit turned
wow.
psycho.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know, should have figured that from MySpace when I was getting stalked by her.
Oh.
I should have. I really should have, but I'm a nice person.
Aw.
But yeah, other than that, you know, my friend from the Team It's Radio, she's a really, really awesome person, but she's like, I think she's a workaholic. She does not.
Oh,
stop.
isn't that kind of like calling the kettle black? I mean, just a little. You're a workaholic.
She's worse than me. Yeah, but imagine me 100 times more me.
100 more times than you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm for real. Like, I'm just like,
So that had you take
You're
a step
calm.
back
I
and
have
say,
to relax. I have to
Yes.
leave me the hell alone already.
Yes,
Like,
really.
I just can't be on the go like that all the time. You know,
Relax,
I spend most of the
downtime.
time at my house in the daytime.
Mhm.
And then, you know, maybe the weekends or during the week sometimes when I get out. But all my stuff, a lot of stuff that I do is on the, you know, on the internet. So it's at home. I don't really have to go nowhere.
Right.
And she's just
right.
constantly in the morning time. She's everywhere. And I'm like, how do you do it?
Wow.
I couldn't do it. I'd go crazy. And she does
Right.
fundraisers and charities, and she's on the outreach. And yeah, she's just constantly, I mean, she got the kids doing, because they're older. So she got them doing things. And I'm just looking at her like, I'm glad it's you and not me. Glad it's you and not me, because I like to just go home and relax.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I know there was a point in my life where I was constantly go, 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 go.
Oh, yeah, back when I was younger.
And then you hit this thing called the wall,
Yeah.
and then you kind of go, boom.
Mm-hmm.
And then you work on getting yourself back up again, and it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize life in a totally different way. Yeah, I had a very interesting experience over this past weekend, along with, it just was weird. It was just weird. I had a little taste of a brownie.
Oh, that kind of brownie.
And I don't know what kind of brownie it was.
I knew what kind of brownie it was when you said I had a taste of a brownie, and I'm like, they got you.
It was a little taste of a brownie.
Probably a little hemp
Almost
brownie.
had NDE.
What?
She
Yeah.
had an NDE.
Oh, wow.
From it.
I
It
had
wasn't just that.
Oh, wow. Was
a
it
little
worse
bit-
than that? Oh, wow. Where
It-
were you at?
I was at a friend's house, and she's like, I have this brownie, let's split it.
It was just little.
And you would think from the same brownie, same reaction. Oh, no. Hi.
You call that a friend?
Well, there was was a pure test. I definitely looked at life from the perspective of death,
Another dimension.
from another dimension. I literally felt the whole energy or whatever was going through my body take over my entire body, end up to my heart. And at that moment, I knew that if I had chosen, I would have died at that moment. And then all of a sudden, because I was on my other dimensions, it put me on another dimension. I wasn't able to speak or anything, but I just was aware of everything going on. And I was just going back and forth. Okay, if I choose to go right now, she'll freak out. My mom will freak out. My kids will freak out. And then I have my dad from the other side looking down at me with my nephew and all of my guides and everything. Come on. What you gonna do? Come on. And I'm just like, really? And this chakra up here totally exploded. The chakra here of the third eye exploded. I mean, it was like I had never had this experience before. And before I wasn't able to speak at all, I'm trying to tell her, you need to take me to the hospital. I'm going to die. And she's like, oh, no, you'll be okay. And at that moment, she's like, just go ahead and breathe. Well, I was breathing, but I literally felt whatever it had been in my body was like this. And then when I'm like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and stay, I felt the energy pushing whatever was going to attack my heart being pushed away from my heart. And then slowly, I mean, this thing probably lasted for like an hour and a half.
Where the hell did she get the brownies from?
I have no idea.
I would have been over the next day whooping her ass to find out. Sorry. No, for real.
Really?
I would have been over there whooping her ass the next day.
I
What the fuck you had in them brownies?
Well, I had told her, I said, you need to find out what was in these brownies.
Find out.
And she's like, oh, okay, but
of course not.
She haven't heard.
Of course
from her.
not.
no, she's contacted me. What I've done is I've kind of gone mute. I've just kind of like
Jealous bitches. That's all I gotta say. Jealous bitches. Jealous. That's what that is. Obviously.
So, but it was a really incredible experience. But it's not something I would choose
do
to do
again.
again.
Right.
I mean, to literally feel the effects of panic when you know that you're literally, you can choose to die.
Oh yeah, you can. You can always choose to live.
Yeah.
You can choose
You
to
can totally choose
even when
to
you
live
get
or
cancer.
die.
You know what I'm saying?
Choose to live.
You can choose to live.
die.
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah.
Right.
My mom did that. Like my mom was like, when she heard that she had it, she was like, "Oh hell no, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not. I may have it, but I'm getting rid of it, and
Right.
I'm not accepting it in my body."
Right.
And what's funny is, out of ironicness, the same thing that she took for in chemo was the same thing that gave me my handicap when I was growing up.
Oh,
And she came to me and says, hey, they want me to take this medication, but it's the same damn medication that gave you the life that gave you. And she's like, do you want me to take it? And I was like, look, if it can give me back my mom, you know,
Right.
and even if it can't give me back this, but it can give me back my mom, you know, take it. So she
Right.
took it, and she's actually the first cured case in all of America that we know. I don't know about the world, but it's multiple myeloma, and she's actually in remission. And she's
Wow.
the only
Wow.
case in
That's
remission.
fantastic.
And it was by
You're
the same
walking
thing
miracles.
that created
my handicap,
Wow.
gave me back my mama.
Oh,
Talk
wow.
about irony.
Yeah.
Well,
really.
more
It's
than
really
anything
weird.
else,
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Like you said at the beginning, it's about your belief. It's about your faith.
Mm-hmm.
100%. And like this whole experience, I was, I'm just like, wow, that puts things in perspective, you know? And so now I'm getting to this level. I have no tolerance for negative people in my life.
I don't even have tolerance anymore for stupid people.
Oh, amen, sister.
I just don't. You know, my mom tells me, oh, you know, these men, you just got to know how to talk to them. Screw that. I don't have time to sit here and kiss your ass and baby you and,
Right.
oh, let me walk on eggshells.
Right.
No, and that goes for women too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
don't sit here
Yes,
and tell
yes,
me
yes.
it's color or tell everybody it's color when it's black and white.
Exactly. With shades of gray. Yeah,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
But yeah, so that was my interesting experience and everything. And so that could be the reason why that person that has tried to say, "Oh, are you okay?" I'm just kind of like, Gotta pull back and
You gotta
breathe.
cut them bitches off. That's what
Yeah.
you gotta do. No, I swear, surgically
yes,
remove
yes.
them and any little fungus that comes with them. That's what I do. Thank God there's a block on Facebook and Twitter, because I swear they're on every single one of them. Just block, block. Oh yeah, block, 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 block. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hear you. I don't see you. I don't talk to you. Yeah.
Well, that's where, ironically, I'm in the forgiveness mode. I'm
I
very
forgive, but I
forgive-
ain't screwing with you no more.
Right. Exactly.
I forgive you.
But
Yes,
forget
yes.
not.
Oh no, I never forget. No.
Yeah.
And I'll never screw with you again. I'll never, ever, 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 ever. And it's funny because my baby daddy and boyfriend, whatever, he's like, oh well, you need to forgive and you need to forget. And I'm just like, hell no. You know, I'm like, and he's like, oh well, maybe you just need to just talk to somebody. I ain't talking to nobody. That what you did to me?
Right.
What is there to talk about? What you did to me?
Right.
Because
right.
if you come to me and we go to talk, I'm gonna talk about what you did to me.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Other than that, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
But what you did to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I see it. And you know, when you're dealing with people like that are not for you but against you, there is no reasoning. There is no talking about what they're doing to you. There is no acceptance of responsibility for what they've done. So it's like, why even go there? And another thing, I'm not trying to sit here so you do it to me again.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
That's
the
it.
thing of it is that
Peace.
what
Deuces.
what really
Exactly.
They're
what
not
has
friends.
really gotten to me is the fact that, you know, this person, she's been a very, very nice and good and everything. And
They're like that though. They're like that. That's
and
the
then-
new thing now in the music industry I'm seeing. And broadcasting, because I just went through it.
right.
Okay?
Right.
That's the new thing. Act like they're your friend. They're going, but they're not just doing this to you, honey. They're doing it to plenty of other people in the networks. They're going, they're acting like they're humble. They're acting like they're cool peoples. They're kissing your butt. They're telling you what you want to hear. And then they behind you. They saying bad things about you. They're sucking up your contacts. They're connecting with your peoples. They're calling your peoples. They're yes.
You know.
I already
That's
know.
been
And then you know what they're doing? Then the last thing is they try to blackball you.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is you know, me, I'm not just local. I was local a long time ago, honey. I'm international. So you ain't stopping nothing I got going on. And here, there's 8 million people here because I don't deal with 20 of y'all. Don't make no difference. You're only 20. There's 8 million people here in Tampa. I don't need you. And you don't need them.
Yeah.
And if, like
Absolutely.
everybody says, if they're not on your team,
Right.
get rid of them. You don't need them. And fans and all that, they're going to be for your team. They're going to root for your team. But they
Right,
do that.
right.
They act like they're your friend. I mean, I known person since MySpace. Now, I did see something in MySpace, but, you know, I have a boyfriend again. So, oh, calm down. You
Yeah,
know,
right,
it may
right,
not
right.
look what it seems.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing
Right,
is ever
right.
what it
No.
seems.
And then all of a sudden, that person disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, a couple of years later, they reappear. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm being cool. I'm being genuine. But the whole time, there was no
They're
genuine to
being
me.
Right.
It
they're
was
being fake. And I'm
all
just like,
act.
what the? What you see is what you get with me.
And then they run around and they do the little bon chinchara, we call it in Spanish, bon chinchara, gossiping. You know, and half of the time, what's even really messed up is the things that they go and they say about people are not even true. Like, they don't even
No.
have their info right or what they're going and
yeah.
putting out there.
Right.
And it's like, you know, sometimes it's funny because you can't get mad because what they posting up ain't got nothing to do with you, even though people can think it does.
Right,
But
right.
you laugh at it because you're like, this bitch couldn't even get the shit right. Like, you know, she couldn't even say anything, you know,
Right.
worthwhile. Like, there's nothing to be mad about because you didn't say anything.
Right. Right.
That's exactly what I've been
Yeah.
experiencing. But at any rate, this is the end of the last show
Yes.
for right now. But I always end up coming back somewhere, somehow. But thank
We
you
do that
so
too.
much.
Anytime.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Can I give you a hug? Yes.
Anytime
Thank
you want
you
an event,
so-
you call me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your presence
Anytime,
and
Mama.
for sharing
Thank you.
your
Anytime.
experiences and what
Yes.
you've been through and
Plenty
just
of them. I'll come back
how-
sometime. We'll share some other stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. And
Right.
just stick to being who you are, which
Yeah,
you are
which are
totally in the full
full
expression
expression.
of.
Well, I've got to learn. I just got to keep myself around people that accept me.
Exactly.
That really,
Me too.
truly accept me,
Yes.
and I'm good. And thank you.
Yes.
And the people
Yes.
that don't, just leave them alone.
Yes.
Just
Right.
leave them alone. Because
Exactly.
all they're going to do is
Yes.
bring you down.
Exactly.
Yep.
But anyways, see you all in the future somewhere. Hope you
Okay.
all take care and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
So, well, there you go. There's my show.
Yeah.
Talk Wad Radio Network welcomes you to the SpiritPioneers.com channel, where you can find Momma J Speaks, also simulcasted on theartsradio.com channel as well.
The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization.